Welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm Ellen Barrett. Now, with fall entertaining on the horizon, it's a good time to freshen up things around the house. Would you let a friend design your home makeover? Well, it's one of the newest trends, style swap decorating. Here to share tips for a chic room makeover that will make you look like an interior designer are lifestyle experts, bloggers, and friends, Lesley Graham and Anna Liesemeyer. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Now, just tell our viewers a little bit about how you transformed each other's spaces with Style Swap.
Sure. So this was a fun style swap. I'd never done it before. But we got to team up with some Decorators collection, and Lesley helped me with my dining room, and I helped her with her living room. So we kind of tackled it by first just having that conversation of what's your goal for the room and what is your style vision, and we created secret Pinterest boards. And so as I was pinning things, she was able to see, okay, so this is kind of the style direction she's going for. This is what she's drawn to, and it was the same for her. So that was a great starting point. And once we established that, then we were able to start picking pieces. So Leslie was going for a more modern farmhouse vibe. So she chose, for instance, this Gordon tufted sofa in linen to establish the neutral palette. It's clean, sophisticated, inviting. The old Treasures scattered rug had some good texture to it, and that's kind of, the foundation for the room, those pieces. So once you establish that, then it makes the rest a lot easier. So we, worked in more statement pieces, kept some family heirlooms, different things that we worked into this space. But it was a lot smoother once we had that, conversation about what the direction is going to be. Definitely.
Absolutely. That sounds like so much fun. And now, Anna, what are your tips for really defining a space's style?
So to define a style is, that can be really intimidating, but it doesn't have to be if you just break it down into simple steps. Like, okay, what is my style, and what are the color palette what's the color palette that I want to go for? So look at your Pinterest images, or if you don't do Pinterest, look through magazines and pull out images you're really drawn to. Go through your closet. Try to pick up on overall things that you really love, and that's kind of the first step. And I think once you get that down, the rest can be a lot easier. Yeah. So then you can start working in your furniture pieces, the decor, all of those things. It's like, layering them in, but it always goes back to that, your main theme that you've established.
Absolutely. And now, Anna, how can we have our own personalized, stylish look in our own homes?
I think, it doesn't have to be a complete, you don't have to completely redo your room. You can keep some older pieces that you love and maybe work in some fresh new pieces. For instance, this Ellen Pot chandelier was really stunning. It was a statement piece. It's a focal point of the room. And so it's not like a ton of bringing in a ton of pieces. It's just a few key players that can really set apart and make your room stand out. These arched mirrors, they really reflected all the natural light. So when you're trying to establish your own style, work in some fresh new pieces, but also keep some pieces that were meaningful to you. So Lesley can tell you about a few pieces in this room that she did that for us.
Yeah, just to keep the room feeling like us, we incorporated some of my husband's instruments and some family photos. We reused a few pieces like this bar cart and some of the artwork that we have in here. So it definitely kept the space feeling like us, even though we were trying to achieve this overall look of the modern farmhouse.
Now, Lesley, you have some DIY pieces as well, it sounds like.
Yes, well, I am actually not a DIYer. My husband is, thank God. So he worked with my dad to create these shiplap walls that they did in the weekend using a tutorial that we found on Home Depot's blog. And then I actually did paint 5 coats of Bear's Polar Bear white, which is a perfect white because it doesn't have any other colors in it. It's like a true white, really brightened up the space and created the groundwork for what Anna was going to bring in and help me create here.
Now, Lesley, what do you recommend to personalize your space?
I think just pieces that you love, artwork that really speaks to you, family photos.
and then go from there.
I love it. And where can our viewers go for some more information?
So you can go to either of our blogs. We have some tips and some before and after photos. And on our design.com is my blog. LesleyWGram.com is Lesley's blog. And then you can shop all of the pieces at HomeDepot.com/Decorators.
Perfect. And again, Lesley Graham and Anna Liesemeyer, thank you both so much for being here today. And you both are so brave for doing a style swap.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. And the Real Estate News will be back with more right after this.
Clear.